You may be asking at this point, how do we leave the house safely? I assure you, you will. And when you can pack your medical bag with the important items and even include a checklist that's handy, I would suggest printing one and just leaving it in the bag to ensure that at a spot check, all the items are included. You will feel confident. So let's walk through what to pack in an allergy bag. The first thing you'll want to include is a food allergy action plan. You can give a digital copy to whoever you're visiting or people who need to know, and this is a good idea. But it's also a good idea to just have one printed and included in the bag. You can get that from your food allergist or immunologist. The second thing, of course, will be the prescribed medicine or your epinephrine autoinjector. The third thing will be Benadryl or Zyrtec for mild allergy symptoms. You'll want to keep in mind that the food allergy action plan includes a symptom chart. So that will be a nice reference for anyone who isn't familiar with food allergies, or even someone like yourself who eventually becomes a pro but needs that visual aid just to make sure that you're taking the right protocol. An insulated bag is a really nice option to have, and this helps protect against extreme weather. There are many options for people living with food allergies and other conditions such as diabetes that accommodate keeping the medicine at a more regulated temperature, and this helps avoid these extreme temperatures. This is an optional inclusion, but I would highly recommend it. Next up, wet wipes. Find the kind that remove 99% of the germs. And there are a handful of brands out there that do a good job. This is more for cleanliness. And keep in mind that hand sanitizer does not remove food proteins. So even though you may be tempted to just put hand sanitizer in the bag, that might be nice for cleaning your hands. But the wet wipes or these packets of hand wipes that remove 99% of the germs will be the ones that can help you more with reducing some cross contact. Keep in mind, soap and water are always the best way, though, to chemically break down the food proteins and remove them from the situation that you're in. Emergency contacts and phone numbers are also hugely important. You can staple this to the back of your food allergy action plan or just put a separate card in that includes this information. Restaurant cards, allergen translation cards are also good options if you're going to be dining out at restaurants that serve different foods and they potentially have some translation needs, or restaurant cards are just handy for passing out to any server to show what foods to avoid. So instead of having to verbalize it every time, when you have these restaurant cards that you can hand to a server and they can take it back to their kitchen, talk to their manager of a restaurant or a chef, or really anybody, even if you're going to someone else's home, it's going to give that extra assurance that what you're saying is being understood because you have it written on a card. And then you could also just laminate this or have a couple different copies of cards that you keep on hand in case they get worn and torn. And lastly, medical ID bracelets. So if you're not wearing one, then at least include it in the allergy bag. A best practice is, of course, to wear your medical ID bracelet in case there is an emergency and the person can't speak for themselves. The information is right on there. But there's sometimes people who don't prefer to wear the ID bracelets. So this is just an extra assurance that the information is all included. Again, this is more of an optional item to include in the allergy bag, but all of these will give you much more confidence as you leave the house and prepare to take on life. I'll go ahead and include a PDF with some example links of brands and products that will help you prepare your allergy bag. Remember to hang the bag in a place where you won't forget it. And if you need to put a sticky note on your door or some type of reminder as you're entering and exiting your house, go for it. Just don't leave the bag in extreme temperatures, such as your vehicle. This will ruin the epinephrine auto-injector, and that would probably be the most important part of this whole bag. All right, good luck.